So, the wildest thing, or one of the wildest things about being a collector is that constant sense of, I know that already. What's next? And we can have all these great cons throughout the year: New York Toy Fair, WonderCon, MCM London, the Motherlode at San Diego. We got a ton of stuff shown at New York Comic Con now. And then there's still that feeling of, this is awesome. I can't wait to get these figures. I've got these figures. What's next? The McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line has so many figures coming down the pipeline. It's probably harder for them to keep everything under wraps. We've got a new leaked list of figures. I'm excited for half of them. Some of them are like, do we really need a variant of this character in this outfit? Apparently we do, but the ones that are coming include one figure that I needed big time on my list. I can finally cross that character off. So I'm excited about it. There's still more figures to come. So many more rumors floating around about other characters. I'm only going to talk about this one that's basically confirmed, but there's a lot to be excited about. So let's talk about all those figures right now. What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Let's get into it right now. More multiverse figures are coming. We don't know if it's July 2026. We don't know if it's December 2026. It feels like the wording, the phrasing, still a little bit ambiguous, but all I know is the more months McFarlane Toys has with the DC license, the closer I get to getting most of those core necessary figures in my collection. They're clearly not going to be able to get all of them because I feel like my list of characters that are essential are still somewhere around 200 to 250. Not realistic. So hopefully the real big core 50 can get knocked out. Give McFarlane Toys 50 characters to knock out in 6 months. I like those odds. Let's take a look at what we already know is coming because they've actually shown these characters. And this is based off of this upcoming leaked list of figures that should be arriving or fully revealed later. But here's what we got. Here's what we know right now. Now, Starman was on this leak list. We know it's Jack Knight, not Ted Knight, which kind of would make more sense based on the fact that we've got so many Justice Society of America figures already en route on our shelves right this moment. But Jack is cool and he's a very good character. Of course, I'm going to need a Stargirl. She's one of my essential 50. But him getting added to the mix gives us one member of the 90s JSA, at least to start. And I think he'll be a really cool addition to the line. Then we know, of course, Static Shock, we still haven't seen yet either. He's listed, he's slated as a McFarlane Toys store exclusive. Of course, some of those releases get a little shaky. They come out one way and they announce them as, hey, we're going to have it at Target or Walmart. Then it ends up here. Who knows? All I do know is if this guy comes with a trench coat, I'm going to be thrilled and ecstatic. Ecstatic for static. So hopefully that is coming. I did see this Hush Riddler. Very cool in person. I've not seen buff LA Fitness Scarecrow yet, but I'm hoping to find him in Batgirl relatively soon. They said fall 2025 for these figures, and if we get Starman and Static in the next few weeks, that still counts as fall 2025. So fingers crossed we'll get some more information on those guys real soon. Now let's go to what we saw at New York Comic Con just a few weeks ago. And we know Superman Authority, finally a Wally West version of the Flash that can fit in with our collection. We don't need to do any tinkering with the Justice League Task Force version. That's solid. Rocket Red, still not feeling this one, but whatever. On this leak list, they do have Larfleeze, they do have Ice, and they do have Gangbuster and Black Condor. You can see the latter two Red Platinum editions. Hopefully that doesn't mean they'll be super hard to find. Now, sometimes they're relatively easy. It's just, why is the red sticker on it? But hopefully in those guys' cases, they won't be a pain to track down. So those are the characters that we knew about. Now let's talk about the ones that are coming that were not shown. The first one, I am really happy, hyped, excited, all that stuff to see him, the big red cheese himself, Shazam. And the listing says Power of Shazam, which is great because This is Jerry Ordway's drawing of Shazam, and this is pretty classic. He doesn't necessarily have the full closed eyes from back in the day, but this is about as good as we can hope for. If we do get this look, this is amazing. This costume is spectacular. One of the best costume designs, period. That's why when we see tweaks to Shazam's costume, it's just really minor things. But this costume is awesome. And hopefully we get this. No accents around the lightning bolt. We do have the button here. I mean, we have gotten a pretty decent Shazam figure, but this one, this Power Shazam look is perfect. And if we get this in figure form, I'll be ecstatic. This is a really cool, necessary character to add to the collection. We know Shazam was part of the original Justice League International team, so getting this version of him would be great because he can actually help fill out more of that roster. We got Mr. Miracle, Martian Manhunter, Batman, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle. More so Blue Beetle, we could use a classic version of Booster Gold. This is really exciting to get him. Next up, we've got the first of several Batman figures that are going to be in this one. This is Batman based on the very disappointing Hush 2 miniseries. It's still going on, still dragging on. Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee. Jim Lee's artwork is amazing. Jeff Loeb's script, not so much. Now, we've gotten a pretty decent Hush figure before. I'm wondering if this is going to be the souped up articulation, soft goods, cape, because that's really the only reason that I could see them revisiting and making another version of Batman in his Hush based look. I don't know. I'm not really thrilled about this one, but there you go. Here's another look at that. This Red Hood could make for a pretty interesting figure, so we'll see if we get that later on as well. But there's, I mean, this is Batman, and we've seen this look before. So again, I'm wondering if it's just going to be a soft goods cape, and that's going to be the real draw with this one. Might be enough to get a lot of us buying that figure, but we'll see. Then we've got this version. Now I'm sure you're wondering, asking yourself, who is this? This is Damian. It's Batman from Bethlehem. And my guy Juan Ferreira and Tim just drew it. Tim Seeley wrote it. Not a terrible story. I just am confused as to why there's so many characters that we absolutely must have in this line. Why we need this version of Damian. So we're getting it regardless of my griping and complaints about it. Looking at this outfit, I'm wondering if they could repurpose some of this for another version of Midnighter. We'll see. The costume isn't bad. It's not an awful variant. It's just, do we need it? Probably not. But anyway, he's coming. Then we've got another one that's listed as Batman from the 90s. And I'm like, okay. Now, my only thought on this one is maybe this is that Nightfall look. This is right at the end of Night Quest, Night's End, where Bruce has the costume back on. Nightwing and Tim are like, hey, man, let's get it. I won't really be back until I've taken Gotham. Watch out, Azrael. So I don't know. There's no real heads up in terms of what this looks going to be. I wouldn't be upset to get this, of course, with the soft goods cape. So we can do more poses a little bit dark. We've seen a Batman Chase version with most of this with the utility belt difference. So maybe that's it. There's so many Batman variants, and I'm not sure why McFarlane Toys needs to get to all of them, but this might be the best guess for 90s Batman. Then we've got this one, the White Lantern Batman, and they've not really spent a lot of time on Blackest Night. We did get one wave, a 4-figure wave with a Build-A-Figure Atrocitus, but getting this version of Batman just feels so unnecessary. It's like, dude, do more of the lanterns. I mean, I would love an Airwalker, and there's so many more lanterns to get us. I mean, geez, Red Lanterns, Sinestro Corps members, Arkillo, we still need him. And just like, all right, whatever. We're gonna have another Batman, sure, whatever. Then we've got another one that I'm just confused with. The listing for it is Batman within, and he's titled Injustice Gang. And I don't know what that means. This is the Injustice Gang of the world. And look at this roster. You can see we got 2 of them. We got Mirror Master. We've got Scarecrow. I would love to get Kronos, Shadow Thief, Poison Ivy, this style, and Tattoo Man. That'd be great. I would love to get in and of course Libra, their leader. that would be fun. I'm pretty sure Batman wasn't hanging out with them, but since they threw out this reference to the Injustice Gang, I just thought I'd mention we need more of this team. They look cool and it'd be great to get them in figure form. Next up is a character we were all hoping for, and she's a lock. As locked as a rumored leak list can be. Black Canary is coming. Of course, with Black Canary, so many different options. How will she be done in this line? Because this is her original classic look with the blue leggings, the blue fishnet. So, I mean, yeah, okay, I could see that, and I wouldn't be upset with it. That's part of her classic look. So, whatever. Then there's this version where we got the bare legs with the fishnets, and that would be great too. Then there's more modern looks for her, which aren't terrible. I mean, her costumes are basically slight deviations to the classic look. I mean, this one, as far as attires go, it's not classic, but I mean, it's basically there. And of course, you get Dan Nakayama drawn, and it looks awesome, amazing. I wouldn't be horribly offended if we got this. But having said that, this is my preferred look for her. I love this. I wouldn't be upset to get this version. Maybe what we could get is this one, this original look as her mom. Maybe have an alternate head sculpt with the domino mask to have that Earth 2 look, and then have this as our classic Black Canary. That would be the best case scenario, but we'll see. I'm just happy to see Black Canaries on this leak list so we can get her knocked off and another core member of the Justice League and the satellite era done. But as I mentioned before, one of my great loves, one of my favorite all-time comic books is Justice League International. And Black Canary was not rocking this look during that time period. So let me do this really fast. And this is, interestingly enough, one of their more iconic covers because it had absolutely nothing going on. Let me see if I can quickly pull that up. Of course, because I'm trying to find it. I will not be able to. Let's just do this. That was easy enough. But this is, gosh, this series was amazing. It was so great. So I would love. Now, of course, this might not happen, but I'm being greedy to get Black Canary in this look. This is her second outfit. She burned the fishnets. She burned this outfit. But this is a pretty cool because this is her costume for a minute. And it's kind of funny because so many other costumes are like hated by the fans, but I thought this one's pretty cool. And they're trying to make so many characters a little bit more reserved now with their outfit choices. And it's funny that this one has not had a comeback. But I would love to see Black Canary maybe later on down the road in this look, as well as Booster Gold in this outfit. We have him, but I don't want the gold. I want the yellow with the high flying collar. I need that look. I'm being greedy. Translucent lenses for Blue Beetle. I'm just thrilled, though, to be able to knock off Black Canary and have her actually come into this line. Now, let's go back to the leak list and more characters that are allegedly coming. But I feel pretty good about these. Next up, Elvis's inspiration, Captain Marvel Jr. is a huge win. So we can get Shazam based on his classic look, Jerry Ordway style, and Captain Marvel Jr. That would be stellar. And of course, we still want to get a Mary Marvel, but getting Captain Marvel Jr. CM3 would be great. Check this out. Dave Cochran drew this. That's pretty cool. And but this would be cool. We need to get him scaled properly. He does not need to be eye to eye or as tall as Captain Marvel. Shazam. You can see here, definitely has that style that influenced Elvis. The sideburns, his costume is just really cool. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the blue, but love how these two look so different next to each other. This is a great sidekick color for Shazam's teammate or Captain Marvel's teammate, but it's really great. I love this and I'm very excited to see him on this league list as well. Like I said, we need to get Mary, but getting 2/3 of them in this league list of characters, very exciting, has me encouraged. We will see Mary and just getting the core essential components of the Marvel family. And I won't ask for Uncle Dudley, I promise. At least not yet. So we got them. Then next up is another one. I'm thrilled about as well. Vigilante, not the guy who's like a farce joke character on Peacemaker, but the All-Star Squadron, 7 Soldiers of Victory member. He's heavily featured in Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon. I think that might have helped his chances here. He's a cowboy, and he's not even riding on a steel horse. This is awesome. This guy's simple, really basic, but he's such a cool character, and I'm really thrilled that he gets covered in this line as well. I need more All-Star Squadron members. He's another one. That's why I was so disappointed when we got that Shining Knight announcement. It wasn't Sir Justin, because we could be so close to having this team done. So greedily, I'm gonna champion again to get old school, golden age, brown hair, Green Arrow, Speedy, Crimson Avenger, Shining Knight, classic style, Star Spangled Kid, and Stripesy. So, I mean, we can get the 7 Soldiers of Victory. I know he's starting it, but maybe a couple 2-packs. This is a pretty obvious one. This is another obvious one. I mean, we can still have this. This is a reality. So hopefully we'll see more of these guys, but I love the look of this team and would love to get them in my collection. Next up is another one. I just have no idea. Joker. And he's nothing. No heads up, no tease, no 90s. It's just whatever. It's Joker. But we do know that we've gotten a Batman Returns wave. We got a Batman Forever wave. We got Batman and Robin. We got Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins. The only one left is Batman. And we still need Joker from that. So maybe this is where they slot him in. I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Next up, Lobo. This one says it's Lobo Volume 1. This is Lobo Volume 1. Keith Giffen, Alan Grant. I mean, Lobo's a popular character, at least back in the 90s, but we have gotten a really good version of Lobo with his Space Hawk, with his dog. I don't really know what's necessary for a new Lobo figure. I mean, I feel like they really covered him well. This would be our 4th version of Lobo, 3rd one in this line. And I'm kind of curious why we need one when we got this great figure. So he's there. And this other character makes sense because she's got a movie coming out. Supergirl, this one states, is based on her first appearance where she was rocking a blue skirt. Hopefully she'll be small. I mean, we don't need her to be, again, taller or looking eye to eye with Superman. The Woman of Tomorrow figure is not. But this one, younger Supergirl, so she needs to be even shorter. Do they even have a mold to make a young girl Supergirl figure? We'll see. But I mean, this makes sense because the movie's coming out. She needs that brighter blue all over from her shirt to her skirt. Shorter hairstyle. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, this one I'm not as excited about just because, like, okay, I get it. I really do. And it's not a thing where I'm just hating. It's like, okay, the Supergirl movie is coming, but boy, this is the look for Supergirl I will really hope to see before it's all said and done. And oh boy, this is a real problem when something gets adapted to a TV episode or mini series, and it's like, no, not this look at all. But here it is, and I'm trying to get the non-iconic version. I want the non-beat up, beat down version of her so I can fully show you which version of Supergirl I want. This is the look for her from Crisis. I want the headband. I love that. I love the way they did her shield, how the red carries over her shoulders, the red skirt. Should also work for Legion of Superheroes version of Supergirl too. Got this Batgirl mostly. And I'd love to get her best friend, Supergirl, from the pre-Crisis era. So that would be great to see. I mean, again, this is just a hope. Definitely not part of the list of characters that have leaked out, but next year's going to be the year of Supergirl. Maybe we can get more than just the original look. This is the classic one I'd love to see. Finally, we get a 2-pack. This one is coming up now. It's Mongul, who we already have a figure of, but this is not super classic, so I'm fine with them updating, giving us more of a classic look versus Superman. Now, this is more of the classic look for Mongul. That's what I would love to see with this figure. So you can see the difference between those two. The gauntlets, way different. They're like kryptonite style here, and there's the chest piece different, the head needs more of a forehead, the boots. I mean, there's some differences there, and you need him because we got so much of this stellar Return of Superman art, and we've got Green Lantern in his armored, construct where he's fighting Cyborg Superman, he's fighting Mongul. I mean, we're getting really close to being able to reenact all these scenes. So getting a Mongul from this time period would be awesome. And he's being paired with Superman. And it says Kryptonian suit, Superman. We got to get this. We've already gotten a Superman in the black suit, but I want him with the silver shield, the gauntlets, bracelets, the little toe section, and I need all the ridiculous pouches. This is 90s style. The shoulder strap, I mean, this is ridiculous. There's so many pouches and ammo and guns. They can just call them lasers if we can get away with that, but that's what I want. And I love to see that for him because we've gotten some of these other characters. The black suit Superman we've seen before had a beard based off his look in Rebirth, and I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason we can get this figure too. I probably should have done this look anyway before I got these pictures all lined up, but we'll see. Figure it out. It didn't have to take too long. So here's what that look was. And let's see. Oops. It's funny, guys. Something's going on with McFarlane's website because it's like, you don't want to go there. And it's like, okay. But anyway, let me show you what that figure actually looks like really quickly. Let's see if I can make this work this way. You have to bear with me because, like I said, something's going on funny with their website. Here's a really poorly done picture, but you can see the S shield's all wrong. I need a belt. He's got the boots. I need a full-on bodysuit. So nothing sculpted from other Superman figures. I need a clean, just basic buck with the pouches, the guns, no boots, just a straight up silver outfit. That's what I need to see for Superman in his regeneration look. Give that to me, please, Todd. So that's what's coming. Lots of cool figures. And again, those are the random Batman variants we just have to deal with. It's part of the consequences for McFarlane Toys having this license. And I'm sure most of these sell really well. So whatever. Black Canary, Shazam, Captain Marvel Jr., 3 major wins. Getting Vigilante, very cool. Nice bonus. Mongul, hopefully Superman's great because it would be a worthless 2-pack if I only want Mongul. So that's 5 figures right there that I'm really looking forward to. We already knew about Gangbuster, Larfleeze, Black Condor. Still definitely want them. Jack Knight, a good figure as well. I'm very curious about the 90s Batman, whatever this Joker is going to be. If it is in fact the Batman from the movie, we're really excited about that. Not so much about Lobo. Don't really need him or Supergirl in her first appearance, but lots of cool stuff coming. And with many more months to go, it means more of our wish list can finally get accomplished. And with Black Canary done, they'll leave another space for Green Arrow to finally get done in his classic Neil Adams style. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see that announcement soon. But good stuff coming. Let me know what made you excited to hear about and what looks you'd like to see for some of these characters. As always, thank you so much for watching. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.